Everyone wants a flawless paint finish that transforms a space and lasts for years. But even the most expensive paint is guaranteed to fail if you don't address the primary cause. This one issue is the difference between a job lasting a decade and one failing in just 2 years. Professionals call it the 80% mistake because preparation dictates 80% of the job's success. Next, the most common types of this mistake, the science behind them, and how to guarantee your paint lasts. So what does this critical mistake actually look like? It starts with what's on the surface, visible or not. First, the obvious dirt, dust, and grease. These act as a barrier, physically preventing the paint from bonding to the wall. Next is moisture. Painting over a damp surface traps water, which will push its way out, causing bubbles and massive peeling. Then there's old, failing paint. If you coat a peeling surface, you're bonding to a layer that's already letting go. But the most deceptive surface is the one that appears clean. Invisible oils or leftover drywall dust create a film that ensures failure. But what if your surface is perfectly clean, dry, and solid? Why can paint still fail? The answer lies in two invisible forces of adhesion. To stick, paint needs something to grab onto, a concept called mechanical adhesion. It needs microscopic texture to physically anchor itself. The second force is chemical. A primer is an adhesion promoter designed to bond to the wall on one side and the paint on the other. It's the foundation. So those two invisible forces are mechanical grip and chemical bond. Without both, your clean wall is still unprepared and the paint will shear off. Okay, you've prepped perfectly. The surface is clean and primed. You can still ruin the entire job by ignoring the air around you. Paint isn't just drying, it's undergoing a chemical reaction. Too cold and the molecules can't link together to form a durable film. Too humid and the solvents in the paint can't evaporate. This leads to slow drying, sagging, and a profoundly weak bond with the surface. This brings us to a distinction most people miss. The difference between drying and curing. Drying is just the solvent evaporating. Curing is the chemical hardening of paint to its final state. This process can take days, even weeks, and the film is vulnerable the entire time. So we've covered physical prep and air conditions. But what about when materials themselves fight each other? Let's look at two chemical traps. Trap 1, saponification. This is when oil paint on new plaster reacts with the alkali, creating a literal layer of soap under your paint film. Trap 2, incompatibility. Applying modern acrylic over old, unprimed oil paint can cause adhesion failure, as the layers may not bond properly. These complex failures show why tools matter. A simple moisture meter detects hidden dampness your hand can't feel, preventing a guaranteed failure. All these failures, from simple dust to complex chemistry, lead to one outcome. You have to do it all over again, and that's where the true cost is. The cost of skipping prep isn't the hour you save. It's the expense of repainting and the labor to fix damage to the underlying material. Remember the 2-year versus 10-year job? Over a decade, that's 5 paint jobs versus 1. The math is brutal. Prep work pays for itself. This is why it's the 80% mistake. It's not one single error, but the flawed mindset of focusing only on the final coat of paint. The evidence is clear. Contaminated surfaces, poor adhesion, hostile environments, and chemical reactions all point back to failed preparation. The single biggest mistake you can make is treating preparation as an optional chore. Preparation is the job. The painting is just the final step. Stop thinking of prep work as a cost. Start seeing it as insurance for a finish you can be proud of for years to come. The solution is simple. Scrape, clean, sand, repair, and prime. Address these 5 steps every time, and you eliminate 80% of potential failures. The difference between a DIY job and a professional result isn't the brand of paint. It is the quality of the preparation. And while painting is a simple, quick way to refresh your home, these points above can make the project easy, ensuring a finished job you can be proud of. If you've experienced paint failure before, the difference likely came down to preparation and conditions. With the right approach, your next project can deliver the durability and finish you expected from the start.